Dang, this looks so crazy. So, that's funny. It's so funny, dude. I already forgot how to put this thing together. Those are the parts. Well, we're gonna get the jig assembled. We already got the first half. Put together. Figure out how to assemble this thing again. Yo. All right. Got the two halves in there. Doesn't it go like this? Like this? Eh? There's some zip ties. Zip ties. I've already got the, holy crap. Can I see if you guys are even commenting? No? I have no idea how to go live on YouTube, to be honest with you. Completely new at all of this. I just figured I was, putting one of these together, and I figured I might as well just record it in some sort of fashion, whether somebody watches it or not. So far, we have the two halves zip tied in there. Put one more down here at the bottom. Actually, let's put one right here. Gotta conserve on the zip ties, boys. I am running low. Yo, hey, what's happening, boys? I have, eventually, let's see. So I'm building basically one of these. This is hopefully what it'll look like when it's finished. RC car, tube chassis. This one I have a couple of little issues. We're gonna change the shock mounts to a different location for them. And then up front we have a little bit of a clearance issue with the servo. How do I show this? This shock hits the servo at full, there it is, full droop. So we gotta change a couple things. So instead of just cutting these off, I'm just gonna build them a whole complete new one. Sorry, James. It's taking me a while. I apologize. What are you guys doing on a Friday at noon? Or Thursday? It's Thursday. All right, now we got to start joining the two halves together. Now this is one part that I absolutely hate. Oh. Oh, we'll just start with the back first, maybe. Easy side. I should probably put the rest of the jigs in there, huh? This thing. How does this go in here? Like this? Probably have to go Google it on the computer. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got more parts over here. I'm sweating, boys. It's hot down here. So, I need to remember how to put this together. I'm pretty sure it goes like this. This one thing I don't really like is all the parts and pieces. But in order to like be able to take the jig apart, it's kind of necessary. Oh my gosh, I got too many things in my hands. You guys ever get nervous while filming yourself? Because I do. You know what? Now that I think about it, this part doesn't go on there. This part does. Eh? And I believe it goes like this. So this one goes here. Man, so many screws. I'm about to go turn the AC up. Your boy's out here sweating. I think it's just because I'm nervous that I'm recording myself. Honestly. So this piece goes in here. I have that the right way? Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna have to go grab the computer. Hold on. Oh. That is the step I'm on. Hey, Tommy. Dude, what's up, brother? I know, I just had to look up the computer on how to put it all together because it's been a while since I put it together. It's been a minute since I built one of these. I'm doing so many things all the time. It's so hard to, I guess, keep track of all the things, you know? I'm wondering, this part, seems like it's a, there we go. Okay, figured it out. This is we didn't figure it out. We're still confused. This part, I actually probably have one in the trash. This part goes together, and then they're all supposed to kind of key into the bottom piece, but oh, because it goes like that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Boom, boom, boom. Figured it out, boys. Oh no, I just dropped the screw. Yep, I'm using the photos for the reference right now too. Like after I designed it and built it right away, it's like, oh, you know exactly how it goes together. But now that I haven't built one in a couple of days, weeks, I'm clueless, you know what I'm saying? Looks like I need a longer screw. Oh, no, they come in from the bottom. That's right. Screws come in from the bottom. This piece needs to be right here. Boys, I am just dripping. Dripping with nervousness. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Not a lot of people have given me like a bunch of feedback, so any feedback that I can get, I would love to like also incorporate into like making it easier. You know, I'm learning just as much as everybody else is, I believe. You know, the blue buggy that I always showcase on my channel was literally the first thing I ever welded together, or I guess technically it's the second. See, I just did it again. We gotta go from the bottom, guys. You guys want to see the first thing I ever welded? Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. This is the first thing. I bent it all. It's all 1/8 inch solid rod. I cut everything out by hand, bent it all by hand, and I used matte gas and brazing rod to put it together. It's pretty straight. It's not bad for. This was the first thing I ever welded. So the one thing I really hate is, like, I don't know if you guys can see that. You see how, like, gross this thing looks? That's from, like, the flux material, whatever, that paste. And so cleaning that off is crazy difficult. You have to, like, sandblast it. And then even then, like, I swear that I've polished this thing 50 times. But, like, you can see the stuff, like, growing back. Like the residue. So that's one reason why I don't like to braze. I also don't like the finish of the sandblast. I like when the chassis come out nice and shiny, like this. I also like to kind of show my work, you know, like the welds and stuff, instead of hide it with paint. Oh, we're sweating. Okay, one more piece to put together. How's this part go again? These go up at the top. These go at the bottom. I kind of got a problem here. Those holes don't line up, do they? Did I? No? I am confused. But the picture shows. Did you run into this problem, Tommy? Did I mess this up? Did I print the wrong file? Is that what I'm doing wrong, boys? Now I'm curious. Am I just being an idiot? What's going on here? Origami, dude. I hate that. Maybe I should go back and try to, like, number the parts and stuff. I think I just figured it out. Oh. Yeah, they do. It's just there's so many holes that I mean, luckily, all the holes only kind of line up one way, so once you figure out what way that is, that's the way it will go together. Yo, Red Dirt, what's up, brother? It's been a minute since we hung out together. Are you gonna go to the We Rock thing in October for Oklahoma? Are any of you guys going to We Rock in June? It's like 2 weeks from now. Or a week from now? Shoot. Literally 7 days. longer screw. You just started. What's up, Anthony? What did you just start watching or building a buggy? Right now, we're just trying to figure this back how to put the thing we designed back together. Oh, it feels so stupid, guys. Anyway, we're getting there, boys. Check it out. Oh, you know what I forgot to completely do before I put this together? Guys, I need to tack the inside of all of this. Oh my god, I'm so goofy. So the video, I don't know, it takes me like 50 hours to build one of those. I could try. I could try, honestly. Yeah. Well, I'm not very popular anyway, so I'm surprised I have, it says 14 people even watching, so thanks, boys. We're gonna set the computer away from the welder. And then we are gonna actually cut our zip ties off, fire the welder up, and then finish. We're jumping to conclusions here. I'm so nervous too. Like I'm shaking. This is crazy. It's like, you know when like Wes Desert Wheeler talks about like filming videos? How he like doesn't like to film around people or whatever, and so does like Hobby Drop. Like I totally feel that because you feel like an idiot, like just talking to the camera, and people are like, "What's this guy doing?" Highlight just the key steps. I will definitely do like a process of building the jigs for sure, and then I'll show you just like coping 1 or 2 tubes, how to tack maybe 1 or 2 tubes, and then just like each process in between. But like the welding and coping is all kind of the same ordeal, right? It's just like, I guess one thing that does help, like I'm new to bending, and so it's kind of crazy like learning each one of these benders, like, you know how they have like the numbers and stuff, 0. Well, where is 0 on your bend template? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I have these jigs, right? And so figuring out where to start the bend is like, I guess, half the battle. And I guess one of the ways that I do it is I will, as you can see, I have 2 marks here. This first mark and the second mark. This is me kind of guessing where the radius needed to be turned. Is I put a mark here and a mark here, and so when I bent it, I put the mark back into this place, and then however offset this was I would line this back up to the edge here, and then that's how I got my new mark, which was a little bit back. And so just figuring out, you know, each one of these tubes where to start the bend is like kind of crazy to get the parts like literally identical, right? So that, I guess that's one of the crazy parts, right? Is learning where to start your bends. I know there's a bunch of videos on there and like there's math to it, but sometimes I'm just so impatient that I just like to crank stuff. But lately, honestly, I've actually been taking these jigs, right? I've been taking a clamp. Check this out, boys. This is crazy. We'll clamp that bad boy in there. Watch. I'll waste a piece of tube just to show you. But watch this. All you need is the jigs and a clamp. Look at that bend, boys. Perfecto! Yes, the new jigs are working way better, I believe. Anyway, it's so much easier to weld the chassis together. But see, you kind of got your bend radius, right? And then you can just kind of give her a little massage over. Look at that, boys. We bent that bad boy by hand. Huh? And then I just clamp this part with the vise, or into the bender. And then we can just crank her over. And then you have a pretty accurate doodad. So that's one thing I've been doing recently, kind of cheating. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, you know what I mean? Certain parts it does work, like doing on something like this would be a lot different just because of the way the geometry is designed. But simple bends like this, I can do it by hand. Don't even need the bender. But anyway, I got a fire. I'm gonna try to tack these guys together. Oh yeah, thanks boys for the comments. I wonder what it's gonna look like welding on on video. Alright, I'm sweating, Jesus. You always need protection. I like a glove on my torch hand. How do you guys hold your torches? Like this? Like this? Like this? Like this? Like this? Huh? That is what our welding comments on. Let's go, boys. Oh, it's flickering at the screen. It don't like you guys. All right. We got the welder set to like 25 amps or something like that. I don't know, 30. One thing that's really has changed my life is you can kind of see it here. Here's my ground, and I have the piece of wire bolted to my ground, and then we got a magnet encased in a piece of steel, so that when we connect to our piece, I weld on the opposite side so the magnet doesn't affect me. But this has like changed the game for me compared to like using the clips and stuff. I guess we'll just send it. See, I'll show you guys how terrible I am at welding. Oh no! Is the freaking camera messing with my helmet? What is it? It's flickering on and off. Is it dead? Oh no, I don't have any of those batteries. Those are big boys. No! What's it mean if your freaking helmet's flashing, boys? Flare out. You're talking about like turn into an actual flame? Boys, what's it mean when your helmet's flashing? There's no way. Hold on. I'll walk away from the camera real quick. It might be low battery. When I change the settings though, yeah, I bet you it is low battery. Let me see if I got some. Hold on, boys. Damn it. Dang, I don't think I do. Crap. No! That sucks. Oh, it does say low battery, guys. Shoo! It does. It says low battery right there on the damn thing. Right up here. It says low, low battery. Huh? Flare out and blow a hole in the tube. I wonder if you're not... So, the only time I've actually seen flames was it just happened to me a minute ago as I turned my gas off and started welding. So whatever was in the line still was working good, and then all of a sudden it went... turned into like actual fire. And that, I realized I didn't have my gas on. Otherwise, usually I blow through the tube because I'm sitting at one area for too long, putting too much heat. Kind of with these TIGs is, it's not like welding. Dang, that's a thick boy battery too, guys. I don't have nothing that thick. I wonder if, how much do you pay for argon over there, Jeremy? I have one of these bottles. I think it's like 150 cubes. See how tall this bad boy is? I think I don't know what I paid for the bottle, but I've spent like about $85 to $100 filling it up. Well, what are we gonna do now, boys? I freaking don't even have a mask. There's no way this is dead. No. Think we could jam like a smaller one in there and get it to work? Yeah, I think mine's like 140 or 150, I think that's what it is. I use a lot of gas. Honestly, that's why I've been experimenting. So, the one thing I will say is the ferric kit. Where's that bad boy at? This thing has been a very good investment. It was like $150 or something like that, but you got all of this stuff. My favorite one is, it's not even in here, but it's the Fupa 12. I like that one. The only problem is, yeah, this one right here. The only problem is we flow like 35 cubic feet per minute, and so we run through a lot of gas pretty quickly, honestly. So now we're running only like 20 with this smaller Jazzy, and I switched over to the smaller tungsten. Honestly, I think I like the bigger tungsten. This has, I feel like, more actual penetration, and I'm not actually looking for penetration. What I'm looking for is a wide arc. Because what I'm looking to do, let's see if I can set the phone up so you guys can see this. Maybe. Well, when I'm welding these joints, is I'm working the heat around the whole entire joint. I'm not going from one end to the other. I'm going back and forth the whole joint, spreading the heat out, because as it gets hot over here and then you bring the heat over, the brazing rod will actually follow the heat. And so the more area you have wetted or heated, the more the silicone bronze will wet into the actual material. It'll actually flow into it, kind of like solder does. So that's, I don't know, that's just one thing that I've learned. Is don't sit on one spot. Just sit there. You kind of want to do like this crazy motion all over the place to get the heat everywhere, and then you can get the heat to actually flow almost sometimes around the joints. I don't know if you can see that. But that's I'm so bad at camera work, boys. I apologize. That's why I'm not good at making videos. Oh! Dang it, I really needed to weld this thing. Shucks. Well, I guess I could to show you guys something else. You guys want to see something else? Huh? I got one of these stupid machines that Matt and Harley got. Should we fire it up? Cut something on this bad boy? Ooh! Ready? Wait for it. This thing is kind of cool though. Look at all the lights. Tommy, you'll get there, brother. I'm new at it. I'm learning. And honestly, if you just kind of like follow my steps, right? Just, you want a low amperage. It's similar to brazing, right? So you want to heat up the material before you add the filler, but in this instance, you want to kind of, so I guess like another thing I can kind of show you that really kind of helps. Can you guys see this all right? It's hard for me to like see, you know what I mean? But when I start my arcs, can you see that? I'll actually lay the filler down on top of the joint. I'll actually start the arc like off to the side over here. And then I'll carry the arc over onto the filler. And then as soon as I got just a nice little puddle, I'll pull the filler away and spread it around. If there's not enough spreading, I'll add a little bit more, but it's if you add too much filler, your joints look like garbage in my... That's what I was thinking, Anthony. I was thinking about making some beadlock rings. But you want to use kind of less filler than more filler. That's why I recommend the 16. I think they make even smaller, but this is 1/16 inch SIB, silicon inert bronze. That's what you need to be using. If you're trying to use something like ER 76 and then even like a 1/8 inch or 16th inch, it takes about 3 times the heat to get that to melt, and you're actually welding at that point. All right, let's grab the computer. E. All right, we got in the little dungeon here in the freaking storage room. All right, I'm gonna set you guys up right here. Maybe. I'm so not ready for live streaming. Oh my God. Can you guys see a little bit? I wish I could zoom out. All right, so I will say, if you're ever thinking about getting one of these CNC machines, it is not very easy to play with. There's a lot more that goes into one of these CNC machines than there is a 3D printer. That is for sure. I would say they're more similar to a laser engraver. If you have ever used a laser engraver, it is a lot more similar because you're creating each tool path aka each line. So each line that the laser cuts is a line that you assign like a depth and power to. And so you can cut the outside up full power to cut the shape out, but you can go on the inside of it and like engrave a actual image. And so those are two different lines. And so on the CNC machine, it's the same way. So when you cut the outside, it's a different tool path than engraving the inside. And so every time you want to make a cut or an engraving or a pocket or a chamfer, those are all different tool paths, and you have to change a bit usually to get each one of those. We have Fusion pulled up. I need to go open this. All right, I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh my God, I need to go grab the mouse. I can't do a computer with a trackpad, but can you guys see that? It says Buggy SH exclamation mark T. And that's gonna be the next ring we're gonna make. I actually have them labeled. I'm gonna make 10 of these. I'm gonna and then that's it. But this one says Buggy, and it's gonna be number 1. So I actually have some material right here. So Vanquish uses a 2.6 millimeter face, I believe. These are made out of copper because you have to paint the brass in We-Rock. We're not about painting brass, so we're gonna make it out of copper to cheat the system. This is the piece of copper. It's 3 mil thick. I'm gonna leave it 3 mils thick just because I like the weight. One thing that's pretty crazy is copper is just as heavy, or it feels just as heavy as the brass. I think this one piece is like 5 pounds. So beadlock rings is gonna be a minute, boys. I think it took me about an hour and a half to make that one beadlock ring. Something crazy. This machine doesn't take big bites, that's for sure. I did break a tool bit already. Silicone bronze goes much easier than the 70. Yes, that is correct, brother. Way easier. Alright, machining is like a massive process. Alright, yeah, are any of you guys going to We-Rock Nationals in June? Did anybody answer that question? I'm curious. I don't know how many people are going. I think we were doing a little bit of math, a little bit of, you know, because you get a receipt when you buy something usually. I think they sold order number 66 was the last one we saw. So there's at least 66 of you suckers going. Put one more down here maybe. I'm probably overkilling it with tooling. I will say, machining is probably super boring. I should probably change the title to freaking machining, huh? I should go. But you don't have the PTO. Oh, I feel you on that one, brother. I feel you on that one big time. All right, I gotta go grab the mouse real quick, boys. Because we can't do the computer without the mouse. Oh, dude, it says I can rotate the phone. Will it actually rotate the image with it? Or is the phone, or do you guys still see a vertical? Do you guys like vertical or horizontal better? I'm a horizontal guy, but I'm also an idiot. And so when I clicked go, Tommy, these ones are gonna go to you, brother. The first set of these, you use Vanquish wheels, because these are gonna go to you, brother. For being my first member subscriber deal, you deserve it. Now I will say, this one piece of copper was like $35. You know what I'm saying? So these rings are not cheap to produce. Oh, you want me to try this? Here, watch. I'll try it, Jeremy. Orientation is locked. Oh, never mind. It says rotate device back. We're screwed. This is for Tommy being my boy. All right, we got to go to manufacture. Hide some of our other designs. Ooh, we put it at that corner over there. We probably need to change that, don't we? Am I gonna hit that clamp is the question. Ooh. Oh. Guys, this one's not ready. I gotta set up a whole freaking toolpath for it. Oh, Anthony! Hell yeah, boys, I appreciate it. I try to do cool things for the members, you know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of channels out there that don't do much other than make videos. I'm not very good at making videos, but I am good at making things, so we could do a little trade maybe. I am working on trying to do videos. It's just so difficult to dedicate the time to doing that, because I mean, check it out. Let's say I go out and film for 4 hours, right? Well, not only is that 4 hours that I have to like go through to edit and pick all the good stuff. Oh no, we did write a toolpath, guys. Woo! I then have to spend, 4 hours editing on top of actually editing. So, and I'm very difficult. I'm not fluent at it at all, like this other stuff. I can like usually learn something pretty quickly and adapt. Editing, there's so much you can do with it, it's crazy. And I guess having too many options is a bad thing. And so when I get caught up with too many options, we get over flooded. Just like Fusion. I've dedicated the time to writing the toolpaths in Fusion versus Mecaricam just because we have infinite flexibility with Fusion. Well, almost, as Mecaricam only has a certain amount of options, and it is limited, but it is easier. But I figured let's learn the hard way, because I would like to do the 4-axis milling stuff. I've tried it once before. It's pretty difficult. Part came out all right. All right, boys, we're gonna upload this process. We're gonna label it Buggy. We're gonna make sure all operations are selected. So we're gonna set up my drill bits in order here. So it says right here we need a 2 mil drill bit, So 2 mil drill bit is set in slot 1. Setup 2 is a 15-degree chamfer bit. 1 mil flat end, 45-degree chamfer, 3.75 flat end mill. And I think those are the only 5 tools that we're using. Perfect. All right, guys, we're about to fire it up. You ready? Ready to see some chips? Oh, I need to move this stuff. Hold on. Little carbon fiber. Oh, we just crashed. You guys see how much of a mess I am? This is crazy, right? Carbon fiber. This was my first ring that I was cutting out of. All right. Check this tool bit out. Pulse the process. Open up the program. Connect to the machine. I will say this is if you need to know what you're doing to run one of these. I will say don't waste your money. I would say at least get the software for this and mess around with it, see if it makes sense. I can actually, if you guys want metal ones now, I could cut them out of metal, actually make them 3-dimensional. The problem that I have with like making them out like send cut send, like Andre does with Scale Metal Supplies, is they're a flat thing, and I actually like to have the offset on the servo to put the servo in the plane of the actual lever, and so that's the only reason why I like mine to have like a offset similar to Andre's. But we got a lot of plans, guys. We got a lot of plans that we will hopefully make with this thing. I honestly like to get this. The really big reason why I got this is prototyping from plastic to metal is very expensive. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you were to try to buy just like one like dig unit, if you had the file, guess how, if you guys had the file for the 6% lockout, how much do you think it would cost to get one made in aluminum? Give me a guess. More than that, Leo. It's actually 3 times that, Leo. Oh, you said 80. Yeah, double. It's about 160 bucks if you were to try to buy one of those units. Yeah, Google it. Go Google it. Take some sort of file. Take my dig mount file and go to a website that makes stuff in aluminum and see how much it would cost to get that made in aluminum. Well, Shade, it really depends on the parts you're trying to use. If you're trying to build one exactly like that, I think the last time I totaled it up was over $2,000, like 2,200 bucks, ready to go. I might be off under, but I know it's at least $2,000 to build like a, because I used like all Vanquish parts. There's only one Chinese part on there, and it's one of the drive shafts, just because I can't cut the Vanquish ones that short. So other than that, it's a all right, boys, we're ready to crash this machine. But that's just in parts. Like $2,000 is just the parts, brother. That doesn't include like somebody's actual time to put something together. You know what I mean? Which I don't know if you can actually charge for that anymore in the RC world. Everybody thinks they're, what is that, that Japanese samurai built by a samurai master legend. I have to have one. I'll hit you as soon as I can. Well, yeah, I mean, I've had actually a couple people ask me. I built 3 of them now to full completion, so. Alright, boys, looks like we're gonna have to stop the machine. Okay. And this is why you double check your path, because we would have just ran right into the frickin' right into the vise with the tool bit. That 8K Pro build, yep. That's what I'm talking about. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, people have asked me, it's like, I would, if somebody had $3,000 right now, I'd sell my blue buggy, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't sell it for any less, just because it's like, it holds so much more sentimental. I think this thing was like $2,000 or something crazy. I wish these people would hit me up and give me one for free. Huh? But so far, the only people that have actually hooked me up or given me anything is Reefs. And I just want to shout out Reefs RC. They're the reason why I have, like, I've replaced all my rod ends. Our Reefs RC now. Oh, we're still too close. Damn it. All my servos, every pretty much part that I can use in my buggy is Reefs. They're the only people that have actually hooked me up, and I just want to say thank you, Sharif. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is like, people, like, even if it is brand new, people aren't gonna like pay face value for something that somebody else assembled. I mean, I know I wouldn't, unless I know the person making it, because I'm one of the people that actually use like thread lock or, you know, certain grease or whatever, and I don't know, I never torque my stuff with like a drill. I never wear the threads out with, you know, the heat and the speed. All right, let's try this one more time. We're gonna set it off by 3 millimeters just because we have the material. All right, now we're gonna make some chips, boys. Hold on now, come on. So I was using NSDRC. They were a great servo. The only thing that made me switch was the fact that Reefs came out with a bigger number on the side of their thing. That's pretty much it. Also, they became the sponsor for We Rock when I was a part of that, or at least I thought I was, whatever you want to call it. I wasn't watching that, boys. Should we trust it? Is it gonna ram into the fucking, or oops, is it gonna ram into the freaking side of the machine? All right, you're gonna watch me break a bit. Leveling the bit. This is a little 2 millimeter bit. This is one of the only things I've broken so far. Is it gonna be able to actually show you guys that thing cutting? You guys see it? Oh, I should turn the air on. Alright, I'm scared. I'm scared of the drilling process. Avoid the money math. Yeah. Avoid the money math. Awesome. These little Amazon bits are drilling, baby. Let's go. So the other one got about halfway before it broke. Unfortunately, this is how slow it is, guys. I'm scared to run it any faster because it's going to break these little itty bitty bits. I did get some more expensive ones coming. Gotta adjust the air a little bit. There we go. Now it's actually blowing on the bit. Yeah, it is pretty cool. It takes a long time to get something done, but once it's, I mean, it's just cool to have the part. I guess while this thing is moving around, I could show you kind of the one thing that I made. Ooh, the air compressor's loud. But here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, perfect. Got them all. All right. Check it out, boys. Oh, we're in the dungeon. But as you can see, this is my first one. It's cut out of carbon fiber. Kind of cool. This is a 3D printed version, just to see if the shape would match the original. And then these are the ones that I've made for myself. These little bad boys weigh like 40 grams. 41, 42 grams. Looks pretty sweet though. I know it does cover up my $350 wheel. I do understand that. But I'm willing to cover up the $350 wheel for the one of one copper custom Colorado Adventure Club ring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they do look cool. So I was thinking about facing them down. So this is 2.6 millimeter. And this is 3 millimeter. You can kind of see it's a 0.4 millimeter difference. But I don't know if I want to face it and then polish it or just polish the face. But this is just a couple seconds with 1000 grit sandpaper. I'm still learning on how to like clean up the machining, make it all look nice when it's finished. But this is what we will have in a finished product. Tommy, you can get 4 of these bad boys that say Buggy Chit on it. Number 1. I have all of your information on the website, so when these are finished, I will ship them to you, brother. But we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 holes drilled. But like I was saying earlier about the reason why I got this machine is prototyping. Going from plastic to metal is godly expensive, guys. So for me to just like, that's why coming out with new parts is super difficult for me, because the investment is huge, and if nobody buys them, then it's not really worth it for me to mass produce them. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why I mass produced the lockouts is I was perfectly content with the 3D printed stuff. Actually, I feel like it works better because it's slipperier, but you guys wouldn't buy them unless they were metal. So I made some metal ones, and you guys keep buying them all. I can't hardly keep them in stock, so thank you for all the support. But I do it for you guys. So if you guys have anything that you really want, or you see a market for that nobody else has, that's the other thing I try not to step on, is a lot of other people's toes. So far, me and Harley are the only ones making like printable chassis jigs, which is, I feel like, is pretty cool. I feel like I'd like to see you guys actually building your own stuff. I'm not saying I hate RC Speedy, but I just feel like there's too many of them out there, baby. What kind of skid plates, Anthony? Because I actually, I don't know if you guys see my recent video. So that is one thing that I have actually been tinkering with, is I have actually a VFD skid model. I guess I could show you. Hold on. Let's take a travel, boys. Check this out. All right. I'm going to flip the camera around. Check it out, boys. So I did, this is just a super rough one. But I do have basically this file in the computer. I have a lot of Vanquish files in the computer at this point now. This was my original design or idea before I found out that the VFD twin could have front and rear dig. So this is a VRD housing. Basically, this is the first half. Where's the rest of it? No, I lost it already. What? But you guys see what I'm saying. So there's the front cover that goes on here, which would be this bad boy, right? And then there's this middle housing, which is this piece. And then there's the back half housing, which is this piece. So this allows you just to have, if you have like the innards for VRD dig unit or Hertz dig unit, you could just put the innards in there. Because I noticed that a lot of these have been like out of stock with the. So I guess my original thing was to model this, and then I was going to mirror it, put it on the opposite side, so that I could have the outputs on the same side and run passenger drop outputs. But that was before I found out that the VFD twin came out, and then I scrapped the passenger drop out axles and just went with the driver's side because of the twin. But I have this also in the computer. I was thinking about, I've had quite a few people ask me for like a aluminum version of my motor mount, but I don't know. I've had really good luck with the carbon fiber. Just like I said, prototyping and getting those built to cost would be crazy. Let me close that door. Holy moly. Jeez. Oh, are we done drilling yet, boys? Oh, dang, dude. I think we're going to run into the freaking machine. I think we're too close, boys. Which is super unfortunate because copper is expensive to be just messing around with. The overdrive and dig arms, yeah, I can make those in metal. But The problem is there's already people making them, and like that, you know what I mean? And so to get my file made, because it has more dimension, I don't even have any. Where are they at? But to get my file made, because it has more dimension to it, would be a lot more expensive than like send cut send, because you can actually get stuff made from send cut send really cheap, like two-dimensional objects like this with just the holes. You wouldn't have the pocketing, obviously, but you could get a two-dimensional object pretty cheaply. Now, getting this thing to have the pockets in there is going to cost 5 times the price. That's the difference between having something laser cut versus actually machined. But I like the actual flexibility of the dig arms, because it keeps your servo from like burning out. It's kind of like a servo saver. And so when it goes like full lock and it can't go there, the mount will actually kind of flex before I don't know, it gives you like play. I don't know. Everybody compliments me on like how smooth my buggy is, shifting between dig and dig. And honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, in my experience, it's about having a no play. Like, there is no play in my lever system. So when I tell it to go forward, the only play is the actual flex in the mount, which is just enough for it to like engage or disengage. You also need to be like on or off the throttle at a certain point when you're actually hitting the buttons, because obviously you're trying to get those 3 pins to line up on those bad boys, right? And so if the wheels rotate backwards and the trans stays and it tries to lock in, it's not going to hit those points. But it's more about the speed and the accuracy, in my opinion. Dang, machining takes forever, boys. What are you guys doing on Thursday at noon? You guys eat lunch yet? I need to eat lunch. For our carbon, I'd like to have a twin skid for a carbon motor pointing backwards. Oh, like a VRD. Isn't the twin skid and the VRD skid the exact same thing except for the bolt pattern? On the trans? Because the two on the right side are the same. I actually drew one of those up, a VRD. I actually have a VRD skid drawn up, yeah. The bolt is on the overdrive side instead of back by the output on the rear trans. And I think the only other difference too is the actual hole spacing to mount to the chassis itself. I think it's 36 versus 34 millimeters or something stupid. I don't understand why. There's a couple things that really frustrate me about Vanquish, I will tell you guys right now. They talk shit about, or trash about the 4 millimeter bolt holes on the Rock Pirates chassis, but like, who designs shock ball ends that go in only specific spots? That's frustrating, because to put your shocks on an F10, you need those offset spaced rod ends, otherwise your shocks are going to be sloppy. That's one thing I don't like. Also, changing the bolt pattern between the VRD and the VF, the twin. on the skid. And then the fact that you can't run a 4-link in the proper position without putting them to the outside of the chassis or running a panhard. You know what I mean? I thought that was kind of crazy. I know, it is a pain. It also sucks when you have to freaking, you can't put the upper link in the double shear mount. You know, there's double shear on one side, but there's not. I don't know. Doesn't make no sense. But we're almost done, boys, with the hole drilling. Yeah, I told you, Jeremy. When I was prototyping those dig units, man, it cost me $160 fucking $8. Or, sorry, I gotta stop cussing. It was cost me $168 each time I tried to run one of those dig units to see if my bearing tolerances and stuff would fit. I do, Shade. I run all the way. I think my front axle weighs 3 pounds. I mean, obviously the wheels are aluminum, but I run the center rings. And now I'm going to add another 40 grams of copper onto them. But I run basically as heavy, that front axle as heavy as possible. All right, let me check the program, boys, before we destroy this thing completely. All right, chamfer bit is loaded. Ready? This one's kind of the fun one, guys. I run the sintered rings, baby. The sintered rings are like, I think, 142 grams a piece. I only weigh them in, I only run weight in my front, not the back. Of course, I have my offset set too high. Of course, we set the offset too high, so it's not going to start. So it's not going to cut on this first pass, unfortunately. Damn it. There it goes. There it goes. Now we're carving, baby. Oh no, this is the wrong file. Damn it. This is another Colorado Adventure ring. I forgot to change it to Buggy. But I'll make you those 2 off the, or 4 off the. It's gonna take a long time. Like I said, I think it takes like an hour and 40 minutes to just make one of these rings. But it's engraving. The engraving's not too crazy. We can get up close on this one, boys. Watch this. Kind of cool, huh? Can you freaking zoom in on these? Oh, you can. It's crazy how little. I haven't decided that yet. Shade. Right now, I'm just trying to make some stuff that doesn't really, there's a big part of me that likes to make things just to have them for myself. And I will say, like I said, this one piece of copper is probably going to make what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 rings. And I think this thing was like $35. So if you do the math, they would have to be pretty expensive for me to even make any money off of them. When you can go to like any other wheel manufacturer and buy a set of rings for like $12. Colored, anodized, fully machined. But I did, guys, check this out. Check this out. My plan is, hold on now, I gotta find it. What a mess. See, that's another thing too. It's like I make my own foams. I thought about selling them, see if anybody would be interested in, an old school dual stage memory foam. Bringing the memory foam back. I personally enjoy the memory foam. There's less like bounce to it, but everybody and their brother is also selling foam, so it's like, who would really want to buy them? You know what I'm saying? Also, to make a set of foams is like 8 hours, 10 hours. So the time it would take to make those is crazy. Where's that wheel at? I drew a wheel on the computer, guys. I was proud of myself. I just don't know where it's at. My place is a mess. I know. I understand. I understand this. And it's not going to get any better. Well, I drew a wheel. I'd love to show you guys. Just turn the gas off because we have no batteries to weld. Dude, where's that wheel at? Look, we got this second logo is engraved. I like the engraving. The engraving is so much fun, boys. Dude, whoa. I was just showing Buddy that wheel like 10 minutes ago. Oh, here it is on the floor. All right, what do you guys think of this? Hold on, let me change the camera so you can see it. What do you guys think of this? I know there's already one that's made. My printer in the setting that I printed didn't print that fine, but I can engrave race line in there. I don't know if I want to get Anthony. I don't know if I want to actually put that in there because they'll try to sue me. But I made a Vanquish 105, I believe this is what they are. This is the Avenger wheel from Raceline. And this is the wheel that my Buggy is modeled after, the 1-to-1. He uses these, and so that's why I wanted to make myself a set of these. Ideally, my goal is to try to make everything on this buggy that I can myself, including the axle eventually, and the gears. I would like to be able to say that I built this thing, everything. You know what I mean? Because right now I could say I built probably 70% of it, you know, except for some of the trans and the axles and the links. But I want to build like the whole thing. I just want to be able to be like, yeah, that's nobody's name is on my truck. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, one thing that is kind of funny that I see in the RC world is a lot of people will be like tagging all these companies. It's like it's just like the whole Nike deal. It's just kind of funny, right? Don't you guys agree with, like, you pay $30 for a Nike shirt with their logo on it, and then you are basically advertising for them for free? You know what I mean? So every time you guys put a manufacturer sticker on your car, you're giving them free advertising. But then I also haven't seen too many manufacturers actually supporting everybody that has their sticker on there. So they definitely are picky and choosy, that's for sure. It's like, what do you got to do to get sponsorship sometimes? I'm curious. Just ask? Huh? I don't know. But yeah, this is a buggy that James Dickin. Sorry, dog. See, there's just a few things that I was changing. So, like, the reason why I went back and redesigned the whole skid plate and stuff was a lot of you guys don't want to use my motor mount, which I totally understand. It's not for everyone. I kind of don't like using it myself, but it was the only way that I can get things to fit. But now that we have, you know, stubbies in stock and reverse stubbies, we changed everything so that the new chassis will hopefully fit everyone. Oh, dude, brother, you're the man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tommy, have a drink on me, my man. Let's go. But, like, just figuring out where, you know, how long people's wheelbases want to run. Some people like having adjustability with shocks. Some people don't care. The front end, you're very limited on, like, where you can actually put shocks unless you put them outboard. But then you're messing with, like, geometry. I don't know. There's a lot that goes into building one of these buggies, boys. I will say that. Especially, like, from scratch. Main thing is trying to get your link geometry to match your shock geometry with your wheelbase. Every time you stretch or reduce your wheelbase, your shock geometry changes with your link geometry. And I personally like a buggy that has a lot of flex because you can control it with the digs. Oh yeah, we're almost done engraving. What do you guys know about Barbies? Or Beanie Babies? Dude, I got a few of these totes completely full with Beanie Babies that I used to collect with my grandma back in the day. Are they even worth anything? I was watching a video recently on YouTube. For some reason, you know, this stuff comes across. There was a dude buying, like, old Game Boys and stuff. There was, like, a Game Boy Color that was going for, like, $1,400 brand new in the box with the pack, like, this sealed. I actually have one of those. Funny story, my grandma forgot to give it to us one year. So 20 years later, there's a Game Boy Advance still sitting in the closet when we go to move her from her old house. It's so funny. Oh. Dang. how do you work this app? Look, I can add moderators, guys. I've never... Oh! We need to change bits, boys. Change bits. Is that machine loud to you guys? This one's scary. Look how tiny, look how freaking small that bit is. Oh my God. It's a 1.5 millimeter bit. It's hard to get this thing to look down at the bed. I agree, Tommy. That's the biggest reason why I got this machine, is just because I'm a big fan of like saying that I made that. You know, I like to make things. And so if I can make it instead of buy it, I totally will. Just to be able to say that I did. Also, I love learning new skills, and yeah, this is probably loud, isn't it, guys? I love learning new skills and just like everything about it. I mean, I wanted to get a buggy, right? And so I was looking, I was like, all right, Speedy's about $500, custom one, $1,000. Look how my welder is. Okay, welder, $500. Ooh, I could probably make as many as I want. You know, I also want to make things for my real trucks. I have a 4Runner that I would love to make a super bad off-roader one day, build some bumpers for. I had a side-by-side that we chopped the cage off and went to the buddy's house and welded it back on, cut the roof down 5 inches so it looks so super bad. So it's cool to be able to have the tools. And I guess one thing is like not thinking that I had the ability, or being too scared to invest in something. But I mean, I'm learning more and more every day that if you really want something, you'll figure out how to get it, and that's a fact. But right now, on the machine, we are just creating that pocket for the hole or the screw to countersink into. So that our hardware isn't protruding from the ring. Man, I just hope when I go to cut that out, I don't hit those screws. You guys want to see the upstairs? Check it out. I got 3 rooms dedicated to RC cars. We got the rock crawling course. It's closed off right now. But that's the foam up there that I use to cut my foams with. This is the laser engraver that I use to cut the foams with. This dusty bad boy. Kind of cool. There's our paint selection. Materials, welding stuff. We got the welding bench. It's all messy. Look at how messy my entire house is. It's crazy. This is one room. All right. Then we have the R&D department. The table. We got the TV. We got the trophy wall. There's your boy's a driver. I'm gonna go collect this one again in a couple days. Support your boy, #1. And then we have one more room upstairs. Watch, check this out. This is shipping and receiving, boys. This is where we haul all of our stocks. Huh? See, look, you guys. Look how many dig units I have left. 3. Oh! But anyway, I got 1 bamboo, 2 bamboo, 3 bamboo. I like to print things. And then these are the, like I said, if you want a set of foams, let me know. Tommy, I'll hook you up, brother. Who else is a channel member? I saw somebody else join. The one of the perks, I don't know if I put it in there, but I was trying to, is like Tommy's like one of my big dog members. And all those big dog members, all, like if I'm working on like a little file or something and you guys want it, I'll send it to you. You guys can help me figure it out or wait till I'm done. But there's a couple guys that I do a couple things for. Fun stuff. So if you guys ever want inside, you know, my channel members, if you want to inside of little projects that we're working on, like Tommy, those rings, got you, dog. Anthony, got you, dog. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna try and do like custom stuff like those rings and stuff just for my channel boys. I wasn't looking to sell them because I wouldn't make much because copper is expensive. Also, doing it myself, it would take me 8 hours to make 1 set of rings. It's like, that's a day, you know what I mean? And if I had freaking 50 people asking me up, I would not be able to get those bad boys done. You know what I'm saying? I'd have to outsource it. And then that kind of loses the authenticity on that word. It loses the authentic part of being, you know, like actually handmade, right? Or homemade. Dang, we've been streaming for 98 minutes. Holy crap. you guys working? You guys got something to do? That's my problem, like streaming. I was a fiber optic technician, so I was lucky enough to be able to work and like YouTube or stream or do any type of like work because I would just set my phone up like this and just work, splicing, splice my life away. I'm no longer splicing my life away. I'm trying to do this thing full time, hooking you guys up. Okay. I know Tommy on the, I know his information on my website, Anthony. Is your email address the same on? Because anybody that's also a channel member, there's also a discount code. I think it's 50% off of everything that I can add your email address to, and anytime you check out, you just enter the members code and you'll receive a 50% discount. It's 5:20 a.m. in Australia. Good morning, brother. Cheers. Yes, thank you. Do that. I will add your email to the list. And then just let me know what you want, what you need, if it's not on the website. If you do need something, please go through the website. It's just shipping and everything. Your address is already set up. All you gotta do is click one button instead of a bunch of buttons. A member. I think it's through the YouTube thing. I think I have like two or three or three or. There's different levels to it, but the highest level gives you like the free stuff, like the rings that we're making, the discounts. The other levels only give you like access to like early videos and stuff. So I try to make it worth it to be a member. Even if it's just for a month, you'll at least get something, you know. I know that Reefs does the member thing. You have to be like 90 days to even be eligible to get the placards and stuff, which I understand. You know, people will use the code or you know, get the discount and then cancel it or whatever, but I have a lot of faith that everybody that actually watches or supports me. Either way, it's all connected with emails. So as soon as you dip out, your email gets dipped out too. So it's whatever. I've been a member to Reefs and I've only bought a few servos like one time, but I've been a member for almost a year now. So they've definitely made more money off of me than I've made off of the discounts, that's for sure. I just want to try to be fair. I know a lot of YouTubers don't really do much but make videos for their members, and so I'm just trying to, yeah, thank you. And you guys supporting me like also helps me support you guys, right? So I've been trying to do this full time now for a couple months. It's definitely a lot harder than you think, that's for sure. It's almost easier to have a like a full-time job, that's for sure. A lot of hours, a lot of work. I understand EXO feels now, but I just want to, I guess, try to do this as long as I can. I enjoy building these chassis for you guys. Well, not this one in particular, but the Moonshine one, I can get one of those done in 6 hours. Yeah, I like exclusiveness, yep. I've been trying to post more, do more. It's just like I said, posting videos to get 200 views kind of hurts you, you know? A lot of time for not very much reward, but I understand that consistency is key with YouTube. That's why I'm just trying this live thing, see who even watches. So far, I think we had 15 people. We have 9 right now, it says. So I just want to say thank you. That's 9 more people than I thought would even show up. So yeah, it's everybody's. I would assume everybody's working at around noon on a Thursday. But I was just watching some YouTube thing and they were talking about going live or whatever. I was like, you know what, let's just try it. Let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? See if anybody watches. I was going to try and weld one of these chassis together, but the helmet decided to die. Gotta go run to the store and get some batteries. I might try to go live tomorrow and finish that or something. But right now, we're just buying a little bit of time, making some rings. You guys can kind of see how long the process takes. Are you a truck driver or something, Jeremy? What do you do? I always see you with the Bluetooth thing on. That makes me think like a truck driver or something. What do you guys do for work? What do all you guys do? I was a fiber optic technician. I actually loved it. It was a really fun job. I just hated the politics that went along with it. I was good at my job. I could splice 288 fibers in a day. A cabinet finisher. Don't those guys make pretty good money? Cabinet. Woodworking. I sanded doors. I finished, not finished, but a door and window manufacturing place, and I would finish sand the doors. That was such a crappy job. Run it through the planer and then fill it with the glue. Respiratory therapist. Whoa! Overhead crane tech. Dude, crane techs make... Well, I know the dudes driving those things can make a lot of money up, especially the ones where you're way up there. What do? I own my own business. I been selling and making RC car parts for the last few months. Trying to build my business. We sand tons of doors. I own a power sports repair business and I run myself. Dude, that's sick. That's awesome. I like working on small engines and stuff. Actually, I have a WR 250 in the garage that needs a set of valves. It's actually torn apart right now. I like to try to do my own work. I thought about uploading a video of what I used to do. I took a couple videos before I left. IT. See, I came from the IT, well, communications world, but I know exactly all about IT. Fiber optic technician, man, we used to do it all of it. It's so crazy. Like kind of understanding like how the world actually spins around in circles. You know what I'm saying? How computer automated it is. It's how the internet works. That's kind of wild. How you get internet from the internet company to your house. That's pretty wild. That's what we were doing the last few years before I quit. Is fiber to the home. Lots of fiber to the home. It's so easy, bro. There's only 12 colors. If you memorize those 12 colors, it's basically matching the colors to each one of those colors has a number. It repeats itself into infinity. But the largest cable I ever dealt with was a 864 count. I think the thing was like about that big around. It had 864 fibers in it. We had 4,000 splices to do in a panel, and it took us 6 days. It's crazy, though, like Dish, Verizon, like if you only knew who, like, let's say you have internet, right? I have Vero at my house. But when we were doing internet for, like, let's say, the city of Loveland, Loveland actually owns their own fiber thing. It's called Pulse. It's owned by the city. It's a commodity that's included, like, with your trash and your water and stuff, which is really cool. It's put up by the city. Anyway, they get their internet from CenturyLink. So they take in one fiber, theoretically, or basically, from CenturyLink, and then they split that fiber 10,000 times to all of the customers on their network. Isn't that, I don't know, I just found that to be absolutely insane, that they take basically one line in and they split it. They can split it 10,000. I knew that they could split it 32 times, but 10,000 or whatever, that's crazy. Exactly. There's, if you were to picture every road in the country, basically every road has a fiber line going down it, and every fiber line has a name, like every road. Yep. And somebody owns So like, let's say to get from here to Denver, and I took a path, right? There's only a certain companies that I can actually jump onto to make it all the way to my destination. And sometimes I'd have to jump through 3 or 4 different people's roads to get to my destination. It's kind of crazy. Nope, not one person owns the whole entire thing. Obviously it would be a monopoly, but just learning the fiber in the ground. Even I can go put fiber in the ground and like sell the fiber in the ground or lease it to people that want to use that path or that road, right? So that's how fiber works, is every road is like a toll road, and to get from one place to another you have to pay that person to get, unless you put the fiber in yourself. It's crazy. We did in 1 year, we wrapped around the whole earth, and the amount of fiber that we put in the ground. It was like 2 or 300. I don't know. It was like, it calculated to go around it was like 2 million miles. I don't know. I'd have to Google it. But they were saying that we laid enough fiber to wrap around the whole world 1 year. That's just 1 year. It's crazy to think about that. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. We need to make a tool change soon. Yeah, one state. That's correct. Actually, more or less one city. Because Estes Park was the first one that we did. And just to get, you know, everywhere out there is kind of crazy, because every line has a main line, and then you have the distribution lines that come out from the main line. Sometimes those distribution lines can double the main line's distance. All right, boys, we got another tool change. All right, this one's a 45-degree chamfer bit. This one's fun. I like this one. Woo, shit. This is probably my favorite tool right here. This thing does damage. I don't know. Right now, probably this would be my favorite thing to make, just because it's something different. But the parts that I really enjoy to make are like the dig units, or the things that really take like a lot of computing power to actually get right. Like, this is a simple design. It's a couple circles, right? But the dig unit is so not symmetrical in any way. The geometry is so crazy. Getting all those gears to like line up perfectly. I don't know, I like but I also hate the difficult stuff because it's also hard. That's right, Anthony. Well, nowadays it is getting a lot easier, brother. I mean, so I started 3D printing 2023, February. I bought myself my first bamboo printer for my birthday a few years ago. 3 years ago? Dang. It's either 2 or 3 years ago I bought my first printer. I actually started out with the Creality Ender 5 S1 Pro, or whatever the F it was. $600 I think is what I spent on it. I got it, set it up, printed the Benchy just fine off the G-code file. Designed a couple things in Tinkercad because I was like, oh, let's try to learn CAD. Designed a couple things in Tinkercad. Some of them would print, and then I printed about 5 or 6 things, and then all of a sudden the printer it'd start extruding, and then after the 3rd or 4th layer it would stop extruding, and then I'd stop the machine, make sure that the extruder would extrude, the extruder would extrude. Just had a terrible experience with the Ender. Spent 2 weeks trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. 2 weeks just digging around all kinds of Googling, researching, YouTubing. Finally said, F it. I'm gonna return this thing. I'm within my return period. That's when the bamboos were getting pretty popular, just the Kickstarter thing. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna get me one of these bamboos. I need to watch this real quick. Hold on, boys. I think we're gonna run the bit into, gotta get my button ready. I think we're gonna crash the bit, boys. You ready? Okay, we're doing the inside circle. We're good. Look how aggressive this is. That piece of aluminum must not be flat. Oh my God. The plunge is so scary. Yeah, the plunge is terrifying. It's pretty incredible. This thing actually got a little bit of power. It's about to kick that dime out. I should have probably put tabs on it, but I live dangerously, boys. I don't know, I'd have to meter it. That's loud, isn't it, boys? Can I make it quieter? Sorry. There it goes. It's about to kick that coin out. So yeah, JE Designs makes some pretty cool stuff. The only problem that I have is the dude will not put a motor inside of it. So there's just a whole bunch of wasted space. Got the dime out. Yeah, I should have probed. Should have probed it. That piece of metal is not exactly 3 millimeters. Oh, we gotta change the bit. "45-degree chamfer." I like this one. This is my favorite bit. I like JE's motors. I just don't like the fact that you can't put anything in them, and they weigh 25 pounds. But incredible, incredible design. And I feel like FDM prints a lot of that. Am I wrong? Or am I tripping? I've seen one of those in real life. They're amazing. They weighed a lot. I've been messing around with motors, boys. Chamfer? You guys want to see the chamfer? That's it. Oh, 2-second process. But I understand why he charges what he does. I mean, I bet you it takes him for absolutely ever to put one of those together and print one. All right, this is where we destroy the bit, boys. I'm gonna leave it. We're almost done with this ring. When we finish, we'll end the stream. We're almost done. All right, I got the button ready. Here we go. About to crash the machine. I think I'm really gonna run into those screws. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, boys. Can you see that? It's hard to tell. But that boy is going to run straight into that screw. No! I wonder if I can just take this bolt out. If it'll clear. Alright, we're going to try something, boys. I don't know. I've never tried this before. I've never tried to stop the machine. Sometimes, well, actually I have tried to stop it. I don't know. I've never tried to stop it, move it, and then let it go again. It's actually set 3 millimeters off, and the bit is 3.175. So I needed to set it 4 millimeters off, Tommy, instead of 3. I forgot to take in for account the width of the bit. Because that's the thing about this machine, dude. It's not like the 3D printer. This thing will crash. All right, you guys ready? Yep, it looks like I'm gonna have to reset the program, unfortunately. So this is one thing that's gonna suck, is we were on this program. Post it. All right. It's probably gonna have to probe again. I just really don't want to run into this. I'll do it though. I don't care. I need to figure out how to make like a vise, or if somebody makes like a vise. See how we're scanning the perimeter? Yeah, we would just take the bolt out. It looks like we're gonna be good, boys. I think there's only like 15 minutes left of machining. We've been going for an hour or 130 minutes. That's crazy. Thank you guys for the support. Appreciate it. My boy Tommy goes hard, dude. Come on, baby, don't hit the freaking mount. Look how close we are. Oh my God, you guys. Oh. No, it does not, Tommy. It does not care what bit is inserted. I could put any bit in there and it'll run that same tool path, which is not good. You see our piece of metal is uneven? Look, our piece of copper is not level. Yeah, look at that, boys. We almost kissed the machine, guys. We're trying to use all the material that we got. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Oh, it's so close. And the machine won't care, like it'll run right into that mount too. Like if it does, you know what I mean? It's told to dig where it's told to dig. It's 3 millimeter. So the machine steps down 0.2 millimeters every time it cuts. So when it passed that and it skipped the first one and then it dug into the next route, it tells me that it's 0.2 millimeters off. So 3.8 millimeter. Kind of crazy. That thing's loud though. How loud is it? What does it sound like on your guys' thing? Like the air compressor? I have a mic and stuff. I could put the mic on, see if the audio quality is a little better. Look at my baby girl. You look like you're dead, Soph. Sofa, my love. Come here. Come here, boo. Come here. Come here, center. Center. That's my good girls. Come on. Come on, center. Let's go change the bed. Come on. Center. Center. Come on. Nerd. I know it's tight. That's a good girls. This is my baby girl. She's changed my life, I will tell you that. All right, we start digging. So now we're gonna run a chamfer before we cut the whole thing out. Little one-handed bit change. I love dogs too, bro. I got 3 of them. Really good dogs. I think all dogs are super smart as long as you take the time to understand what you guys want from each other, you know? Look at all these bits blowing on my mouse. Oh, I love that. It's so close. All right, final process, boys. All right, this is it. We made an absolute mess. I've been actually thinking about saving some of these shavings, like putting it in the paint or something. Little copper bits. If any of you do happen to get this machine, I could possibly help you out. Help you figure it out, you know what I'm saying? Because there is a massive learning curve to this thing. It's not, I would not recommend it for anybody. I would say anybody could go buy a 3D printer and probably be able to use it. This, no sir. Like, I could get this part designed and printed in 50 minutes, you know what I mean? For me to design and manufacture this, 5 times as long. Man, I wonder what, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 what's that button do? What's that button do? Yeah, green screen. I was just pushing buttons on the phone. Yeah, so the tool paths are kind of what's kind of tricky about it, right? Is you have to, you can almost make any bit do any tool path, but is that the proper bit for the tool path is the question. Like, I could do the same process right now with the engraving bit or the chamfer bit, but it would probably ruin. It would probably ruin those bits pretty quickly. Yeah, my helmet is over here just flashing away. 2450 lithium cell. I guess I could show you guys one of these things, huh? See Harley's motor? Put fusion in it. This is what it's supposed to look like, yeah? If I get this thing to slide all the way up there. No, maybe not. Oh, I need to rotate the motor, but I got Harley's motor to fit on a Fusion. Kind of cool. Huh? Dang, that machine's so loud. The air compressor. I feel bad. It's almost done though. how do I see who's still in the chat? You know what I'm saying? How do I do that? I know I can see that there's 9 people watching, but I can't tell who is. Oh, that's good to know, Jeremy. I just saw your comment. You're wearing headphones and it's not too loud. It's good to know. Next time I'll put my microphone and stuff on. So hopefully, that's one thing that's funny is last time when we were out there doing the buggy stuff with the real buggy, I was like filming, running around. I had my mic on, and at some point I lost my DJI mic. So it's bye-bye. I only have one mic left. So if anybody finds a DJI mic at Carnage Canyon and it still works, hit me up. But as what I was going to say is, Tommy, you're still in here, right? I can actually draw you up some custom ones if you don't want the Buggy chit or the CAC ones. I can make it say Tommy Rock Ends or whatever you want on your rings, brother. You want something custom on your rings, brother? If you draw something too, I can always put it in there. You said you're drawing stuff on the CAC and TR. I can do that. I can put CAC and TR. You guys want me to put the TR in between the CAC? All right, boys, it's done. I kind of messed up a little bit, as you can see. But that's okay. That's okay. I just don't think it Z-leveled the part 100%. Yeah, I can do that for you, brother. You support me, dog. I'm support you, right? Check it out, boys. Oh, that's sharp. Oh, my God. Yeah. It's just once I didn't cut all the way down. But we go clean this thing up on the wire wheel. Yeah, I can't break that off. I need a change. But there it is, boys. There it is. I need one of them deburring tools, eh? I must have not made the step down go past. That material also must be a little uneven. Little jagged freaking edges. Get the grinder out. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind, boys. Where'd that freaking thing go? Oh, it's right here. got the outside fixed up. I just gotta fix the inside. I used to be a fiber technician, Jeremy, but now I do this Colorado Adventure Club stuff full time. My business. For now. Trying to make it work, you know? Selling RC car parts, designing RC car parts, doing some custom stuff for people once in a while. Well, I had to make a choice. It was either stop selling dig units and keep my job, or quit my job and keep selling dig units. After almost a decade, my boss was not willing to work with me. So instead of building his dream, I trying to build my own. I asked to go part-time. They told me that that would be a scheduling nightmare. Yet they can have people living in a completely different state doing estimates. So, it's kind of crazy. So polish it up. Yeah, you can see how uneven the metal is. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, I threw a lot away, honestly. I made really good money. If you were to probably do the math, I went from like $40 an hour to $10 an hour. Maybe even 8 or 5, something like that. I don't make nearly as much money as I used to, but I'm hoping that I can eventually build the brand. It'd be cool to be able to like model parts and stuff for like other companies, like kind of like what Wyatt's doing or what Josh is doing, you know, actually get into the manufacturing side. A little polished up. Looks pretty good though. I mean, like the finish isn't super awesome on some of these screws. You know, I need to do more deep drilling, poke through the material more and stuff. But for this is my third one that I've made. I mean, I would say that's not bad, boys, huh? Especially if like it's the only one that exists. That's what I like about it. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that I did that. Boom. But boys like you, watching these videos, commenting, buying the stuff off the website, I mean, it's what's keeping me going. So appreciate everybody's support. All of it, all of the comments, everything that you guys do. Every time you guys tag me or shout me out on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, I try to repost it, share it to the story. It's so there's so much that goes on those social media platforms that it's hard to be able to like see all of the stuff that's happening going down. I'm gonna clean the machine up real quick, boys. Hold on. Then I'll get on the computer. Yo, thanks, Tommy. Yeah, I'm gonna get on the computer. I'm gonna make those custom ones for you, Tommy. Put your logo and my logo together. I'll get you 4 of those machined out, and I'll ship them out to you, brother. But I'm gonna, we've been going for a long time now, so I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Really means a lot to support. Thanks, guys, honestly, for everything. I do have a little video of me messing around with that machine that I'm going to edit and post up today or tomorrow. Just me giggling, watching the machine make chips. But if there's anything you guys like want to see on the channel, let me know. I'll try to make it happen. I have a hard time of trying to figure out what to make a video on or what to film. Sometimes I feel like I'm just filming the same thing over and over again. Yeah, you too, Jeremy. I want to see you post more videos, brother. I like that ECC stuff. That was awesome. I watched every single one of those like 4 or 5 times. It was cool seeing my buddy Evan slaying it out there, brother. Oh yeah. So I'm glad you got to see those guys again. Just bug and running. Okay, we can do more buggy running. I actually have a couple of more clips, and then I guess on those buggy videos, what do you guys like to see? I personally like to hear the chit chat and the banter instead of like music overlaid. You know, I like to hear the conversation. You know, oh, you can't get that. Oh, that was a sick line. You know. You suck so bad out there. Finished 18th. Yeah, but weren't there like 85 people in the class? So 18th is not bad. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Shade. No music. That's what I'm talking about. You guys like them raw like I do it? You guys want me to like try to put edits in? Do you guys like that SpongeBob stuff? Do you like the AI voice? I like the raw too. I like watching your videos because of the way you do them. You know what I'm saying? When people put the music over, my arms almost always click out. I don't care how good the video is. Raw. Well, I'll tell you guys this, raw is a lot easier to produce. Just clip it, cut it. That's what I like. I like to hear the buggy creeping along, you know? I like to hear the buddy go like, oh, damn it. You know what I mean? Or their little conversation about the, you know, the little party they had last night. Yeah, it does. I mean, honestly, any video that you watch, it at least took that much time to edit it. You know what I mean? At least took 27. And I'm actually one of those people that I will actually go back and watch my videos usually before I post them. Usually. Just to make sure that it looks okay. That's another thing, is trying to get like when I edit on the computer and then I render it and then I post it to YouTube, there's something up with YouTube that just like kills the quality of your videos. I like to build videos. I like the sounds of the tires gripping and the buggy creaking. So killer, yes. I love watching them for line choices and comparing what I would do. Yep, me too. Well, that's what's funny is like I watch a lot of those West Dillers Wheeler videos. I'm like, man, I'll take my buggy over there, I'll walk right up it, bro. That ain't nothing. And then I get down there, I'm like, well, videos don't do justice ever. A lot of that stuff I was barely able or couldn't do. Fine. Hell yeah. Well, my phone's about to die, boys. I really appreciate you guys got to 15% left on the battery. Dang. So I know I can film for about, what is it, 158 minutes? It does, dude. It does. Especially like Red Rocks, where we go filming at Red Rocks. Like the rock is so contoured, but when you look at it on the camera, it just blends all in together. You don't actually get to see those ramps and stuff. But yeah, boys, appreciate it. Thank you guys. I just want to say thank you, everybody that likes, subscribes, comments, all the channel members, Tommy. That's why I was wanting to look up that other dude, Anthony, I believe was his name. Jeremy, thank you guys. Shade, it's good chatting with you guys. Peace out.